Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining me for another video. As always, a free way you can support the channel is by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel if you're not a subscriber, and leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you had for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Thank you again for all the patrons. I see a new patron at least one every day, and I'm blown away by it. I do provide really high quality content there. I respond to every message that I get. So head on over to my Patreon account. You can see a link in the description of this video. But let's go ahead and dive right on into this. Lots of things I want to talk about today. Ethereum is a beast, and if you're wondering if now is a good time to get into Ethereum, now is still an okay time to get in. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that, because, you know, my biggest rule is always don't chase green candles. Do not chase green candles. And ETH has just been a non-stop green candle. So why am I saying that? Well, I made a video, I think it was last week, I made a video about institutions. Institutions have shifted their attention, at least in the moment, from Bitcoin to Ethereum. So over the period of October, a 100-day period from October 1st to January 8th, we saw heavy, unprecedented institutional investment into Bitcoin. And now we're seeing the same thing with ETH, and this is unprecedented. I mean, I have no idea what I said about Bitcoin was unprecedented, but ETH is unprecedented right now because we've never seen institutions pour their money into another cryptocurrency asset before, like literally ever, like as far as like heavy institutional investment. But now it's happening. Institutions have woken up to ETH. Now, how long is this going to happen? I mean, for the short term, I'm not expecting this to just go on forever and ever, but I do expect that the red candles are going to be phenomenal buying opportunities and that they're going to be very little over the next maybe 60 more days until the launch of EIP 1559. And then after that, we'll see that might be a little buy the hype, sell the event type thing, but that's 60 days from now. So I expect the price of Ethereum to be much higher 60 days from now than it is now. But anyway, let's take a look at what else. Bitcoin. I have some thoughts about Bitcoin that I want to share. Some Doge thoughts. I was right about Doge, and that's not something that I'm necessarily patting myself on the back about. It was pretty clear to me, you know, and people were talking major trash on TikTok and whatever, you know, it's over. Doge will go higher this year. Hold on to your Doge. Here's something that I'm very interested in talking about right now, and that's XLM. So XLM, I made a TikTok on Thursday about XLM. And it has broken through that resistance at about 69 cents, and that's my choice for one. I don't think I put a price target on it, but I'm thinking over $1 pretty easily for XLM in the short term, maybe over the next month. So XLM is in a great position right now. I'm glad to see that it broke through, and this is kind of a working hypothesis that I have with what's going on with these pumps right now. So we saw Ethereum start pumping. I think the really when it caught people's attentions was about 2 weeks ago. And then after that, last week we saw Litecoin. Where's Litecoin? Number 10 right now. We saw Litecoin pump, and it's still continuing to pump, but up 40% over the last week. We saw Ethereum Classic. We've seen Bitcoin Cash. Let's see what else here. Now, what else? All right, Chainlink. Around the same time that Litecoin started pumping, Chainlink started pumping, number 11, and 24% doing quite well. I'm very bullish on Chainlink right now. I think $200 this bull run is a conservative estimate. There are people calling for $1,000 Chainlink. I don't know about that, but I do expect it to go much higher throughout this run. What else? Cardano last week broke through a 2.5 month period of resistance. I expect Cardano to go higher. XRP has been struggling a little bit. Let's just call that an outlier because of the SEC case. Polkadot has gone up from under $30 to $40. I think that we're going to see an all-time high this month. Polkadot's in a good position. But here's the reason why I'm saying all of these things, excuse me, is I'm looking down this list, and we've had breakouts with, Binance is just always breaking out. It's an unstoppable beast, but we've had breakouts with a lot of these currencies here. And so now I'm looking, I've said this before, I'm looking in the 10 to 20 range. As I said, Chainlink is, it had its breakout. So 12 to 20, let's see what we have between 12 and 20. So Ethereum Classic at number 16, already up huge. I would say that they're probably better buying opportunities. And so I'm looking at these three here: Uniswap, Stellar, and VeChain. Now Stellar is in the middle of its pump. It's I think it does have still a lot more to go. It consolidated for quite a while. So definitely if you're looking to get in, Stellar I think is at a good price for a short-term gain. Uniswap, here's what I'm going to say about Uniswap. I think Uniswap is going to benefit a lot more from when Ethereum launches EIP 1559, which is 2 months from now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Uniswap in general was flat, and that this run that we're seeing with altcoins, it kind of skips over Uniswap. So what else do we have here? We have VeChain, which I think is due. I think it's due. Solana got scorching hot about 2 weeks ago, but maybe another week or two with Solana. SHIB, let's not even talk about SHIB for now. Well, let's talk about that later. I can't believe I had no idea that it was in number 18 according to market cap. But coinmarketcap.com is a little bit misleading in the sense that where's SafeMoon? I know SafeMoon is worth well over $1 billion, and I don't see it in this top 100 list. But anyway, Theta and Tron and Filecoin. This is where I would be looking. Theta, Tron, Filecoin, maybe Solana in a week or two. XLM is still good. VeChain is still good. That's where I have my eyes on as we're moving down this list of top currencies by market cap. That I think those trends are going to continue. That it's just going to go down and down as people are taking their profits and looking for places to put it, including Bitcoin. But SHIB, I'm getting a lot of questions about SHIB. Somebody, one of my patrons actually sent me a message the other day, and SHIB was around here, and I'm blown away to see again. All right, what did it do overnight? So it went from 0.00 et cetera 1.5. It doubled overnight, and so that person bought some SHIB, and I would have said not to, and so I'm really happy for you. I'm happy for those of you who haven't listened to me, but let me tell you something. This is when things crash, this is going to crash the hardest. Out of all of the top 20 cryptos, you are not going to see this in the top 100. I guarantee you, over the bear market. It's going to crash, and it's going to crash hard. There's no way a currency this new is going to last, because what is it? It's a meme coin, and is it going to be the number 2 meme coin? I mean, let's look at this circulating supply here. It's pretty typical with meme coins. We have 394. Is that quadrillion or trillion? That's trillion. So it started out at a quadrillion. It has a super aggressive burn. Now I will say, all right, I'm going to change course here. I'm assuming with SHIB, I haven't looked up their tokenomics, that with volume like this, that means 11 billion volume, 12 billion market cap. That means that burn is going to be unbelievable, and we are going to see an aggressive burn with this. So if you're going to put $50 into SHIB, fine. Be comfortable with the possibility of losing that, but at the same time, this can't last, and the crash is going to crash. It's going to crash hard. So take profits often if you're going to get into SHIB. Now let's talk about Bitcoin, because I really want to talk about Bitcoin. I've gotten to the point here. Let me share this tweet. with things. I made a tweet about Bitcoin, kind of feeling like we're in Groundhog Day. Wake up the same day. 58,000 is quickly becoming my least favorite number because why is that? Because we constantly, it seems like 58,000 is like the magic number for Bitcoin between February 21st and today. And I think we're at a point where, let me read my tweet. We're at peak saturation with the Ethereum flipping Bitcoin hype. I don't believe it, and I expect Bitcoin to break out of consolidation within a week to max. New all-time high soon. 70 to 80,000 May price target. Ethereum will still pump in anticipation of EIP 1559, but the sleeping giant will wake. Bitcoin is going to put people on notice very, very soon. Now, does that mean? Now, here's some questions I'm seeing. This is my life. It's a glimpse into my life. Take out of ETH and put into Bitcoin? No. Ride a hot hand. And again, what am I seeing with ETH? I'm seeing institutions putting major money into Ethereum right now. Ride the hot hand. But just know that if you're choosing right now, if you're just trying to decide right now, do I put money into Ethereum? Do I put money into Bitcoin? Maybe I'm saying to put money into Bitcoin. Maybe. I'm just seeing this pattern right now where Bitcoin is at right now 57,700. And there's a mentality in my mind that I'm seeing that 57,000 is feeling cheap. Yesterday, 56,000 felt cheap. 2 days before that, 55,000 felt cheap. We dipped into those ranges, and then it got scooped up pretty quickly. And we are building an amazing foundation with Bitcoin that I just really expect us to break out of this sometime soon. But there is something that I'm wondering, and let's just say I'm wrong. What if I'm wrong? What if I've had May circled on my calendar for quite a while, and maybe we're just going to see another month of consolidation with May? And if that's the case, then I am changing my entire playbook, and I want to be clear with you on this. I have been calling for September or October to be the end of this bull run, for everything to go parabolic, maybe Bitcoin to go parabolic in September, top out around $200,000, and then correct and probably be a little over $100,000 by the end of this year. And then for the altcoins to, in October, to shoot up like crazy and then have a major correction or crash. Depending, for SHIB, it's going to be a crash, depending on where they are at that point. And depending on their market cap, ETH won't crash all that heavily, but, some of the smaller cap coins are going to crash hard. And I've been putting October as kind of the date for that. So what if I'm wrong? What if May, just things continue, for Bitcoin at least, to consolidate and for more of a base to happen? Here's what I'm wondering. Maybe, well, first of all, the money that's in Bitcoin and in crypto right now, no, not in crypto, in Bitcoin right now, and increasingly Ethereum, is much, much smarter than before. There is smart money in here, and that smart money has set 60,000 perhaps as kind of like their cutoff for the time being. And so what will happen, in my opinion, is a lengthening of the bull run. And so what does that mean? That means that every halving cycle, you can expect the bull run to lengthen to where it's not a year and a half after the most recent halving, but maybe it's a year and 3/4. Maybe that's what happens this time. And then maybe the next halving cycle, it'll extend to to 2 years, something like that. And then eventually, after a certain amount of halving cycles, there's no more bull runs and bear runs. It's just kind of everything has reached an equilibrium. Some altcoins have died, others have established their prices, and Bitcoin, if the dollar exists 20 years from now, Bitcoin will continue to increase in value compared to the dollar. But there's kind of a leveling off. There's none of this craziness that we see anymore. And so maybe that's the case this time, and maybe what we're going to be seeing is, June, maybe Bitcoin at the end of this month, again, if I'm wrong and Bitcoin doesn't get to 70, 80,000 this month, maybe what we'll see is like it's in the 60s this month. And then it's in the 70s in June, and then it's in the 80s in July, 90s in August, and then sometime around when it hits $100,000, and there will be corrections along the way, but in general, maybe, we'll see. Sometime around when it hits $100,000, all of the major media news outlets are going to be like, Bitcoin, $100,000. Can you believe it? And then people are going to be rushing into Bitcoin, and then things will go crazy. So it's good news. That's all I'm saying. It's a good thing. Anything that gives us more time to stack our sats, like I am in favor of that, So that's all I'll say with that. No complaints if that happens. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think that Bitcoin is due for a breakout. And I know I've been saying that for a while, but for real, I really think that May is going to be a month where we see Bitcoin go much higher. Don't pay attention to mainstream media. And I don't even know, I've never been to this website, theedgemarkets.com. But here's their take on it. Bitcoin's waning dominance stirs warning of crypto market froth. There's some true things in here. They're seeing a lot of retail. Retail has no interest in Bitcoin right now. Retail, you and I haven't bought any Bitcoin in quite a while. We are looking at the alts because we want our money and we want it now. We want the short-term gains, And so there isn't a sense in which this article is true that, all right, retail is moving in that direction, but their thesis, their response to all of this, I shouldn't say their thesis, their conclusion to all of this is that we're going to see a major correction in altcoins soon. And my response is no, actually, we're going to see Bitcoin gain its dominance. Bitcoin at the beginning of this year had 70% dominance, and right now it's at 44.21%, which historically is very, very low. Okay, so for Bitcoin's dominance to be this low, that's a great sign of altcoins, that altcoins are hot. Good time to be in altcoins, but I expect Bitcoin to get back above 50% sometime soon for their dominance to increase. And so, again, all right, actually, I said this already, and here's a tweet that I retweeted. I'm very much in favor of this. I've said 9 times out of 10, it looks like SHIB, I was wrong with the person who asked me about SHIB. Well, no, lots of people have asked me about SHIB. Should I get into SHIB? Should I get into SHIB? Well, let me say this. 9 times out of 10, the answer is no, okay? And I think I'm going to have to say this daily. Stop chasing green candles. Put a game plan together and stick to it, or adjust accordingly. Here's my mentality with green candles. If you're going to ask me, when you see something get really hot, should I get into Ethereum Classic? Ethereum Classic shot up to 175 last week. Why? That's going to be my answer to, my response to why. Why should you get into Ethereum Classic? And if you can't give me an answer, my response to you is going to be no. So Ethereum has a green candle right now, and it's just a constant green candle. And so if you were to ask me why you should get into Ethereum and you can't give an answer, I'm going to give you the answer. And the answer is the heavy institutional investment. You see Binance has just been on a tear this year. It's my second favorite crypto behind Bitcoin. And if I were to ask you, should I get into Binance? And you said to me, why? And then I would be able to list off all of these reasons why I should get into Binance. And then your response to me should be, yes, get into Binance. If you can't answer the question, a simple question, why, then my answer is going to be no. Or if your answer is because it's hot right now, my answer to you is going to be no. So keep that in mind. But man, SHIB, here's the thing about SHIB. It's deflationary meme coin. If it continues that volume, or is it 18th? Yeah, sure. If it continues that volume, it'll go higher. It will. But again, this thing's going to crash super hard. Like really, really hard. So be careful. Invest money that you can lose, that you're willing to lose, that you'd be okay losing. So that's all I have for today. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this content, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.